So what's our first scroll saw challenge?
Design and make an Easter plaque using a scroll saw from scrap wood.
There we are. We will show you how we make our 2 Easter plaques.
As always, we have pre-prepared our designs for making these 2 plaques. We then proceed with cutting the designs out. We're going to use stack cutting as a method. So what I'm using the designs to do initially is to judge where to cut the pieces of wood so I can get the most from them. Once we have prepared that wood, we can then add a PVA glue solution and water to the designs and stick the designs onto the wood itself. As mentioned, stack cutting is a method that we use on a regular basis. It allows us to be more productive, and our preferred choice is to add 4 little dots of super glue to the 4 corners of each layer, allowing us to stick the different layers of wood together. We then allow the designs to dry onto the wood itself and start the next stage by drilling out the drill holes that will be required for doing the pierce work. Any larger gaps, we will use a larger drill bit to cut out. Any finer pierce work that is required, we use the smallest drill bit we have available. One thing with this then, you have to make sure that that drill bit is pulled far enough out to go through all of the layers, allowing you to feed the blade through the gap. We also recommend sanding the back of each plaque, the bottom layer. The reason for this, it sits on the scroll saw bed nice and flat and makes the process of cutting out that much easier. Onto the scroll saw, and we start to cut out all of the pierce work that is required for this design. Now, in these examples, the pierce work adds a lot of character and detail to the design, so that's a focus of what we are actually doing. We always recommend doing the pierce work first of all, especially so on smaller projects. It allows you more wood to hold on to, keeping your hands away from the blade and giving you more confidence, especially if you are a beginner. The first design that we are working on and cutting out on our scroll saw has the cross with a silhouetted candle, a feature that we've added to many products and to our love spoons as well over the years. And we cut out the gaps required for that design. Either side of the cross, we have added a pair of butterflies, again a representation of rebirth, and the flowers representing nature and creation itself. The surround of this design also adds to it because it is in the shape and style of an Easter egg. We then proceed onto our second Easter plaque, and this has the phoenix as the main feature of the design. Of course, the story of the phoenix is it rises from the ashes. So we can tie this into the Easter story and the story of Christ. Upon the phoenix, we have the silhouetted candle cross design. A heart is held between the wings of the phoenix with the word risen. The methods then that we use for cutting out this second plaque are similar to what we've used for the first Easter plaque, where we do all of our pierce work cuts first of all, and then proceed to cutting the outline of the phoenix design afterwards. Now that we have finished all of our scroll saw work, we add extra detail and character to the design by using our hand carving skills. We can shape our phoenix, adding curves to the wings, to the head, adding details in the shape of the eye and the beak. Also, just take a little bit of depth in and around the heart and hanger. This highlights how, for ourselves, using the scroll saw skills and the hand carving skills together is our preferred methods of making our wooden items. Onto the second design. Once again, we add depth and detail to the butterflies, to the silhouetted candle cross, and to the flowers as well. We also just take a little bit of wood away from the surround because that will add depth in and around the flowers, the butterfly, and the silhouetted candle cross. Now that we have finished with our hand carving skills, we go across to the belt sander. We can take off any sharp edges, and using a finer grade grit, something like a P150 or higher, we can refine the finish that we have on our plaques. From here, we add 3 coats of shellac sanding sealer, rubbing it down in between each coat and applying it in the direction of the grain. And as an optional extra, you can always add something like a linseed oil mixed with beeswax, again applying it in the direction of the grain to add an additional sheen to your plaques.
Now to vote for your favourite, because we need your help again with this, vote Phoenix or vote Easter egg to choose your favourite plaque. If you want to have a go at making those projects yourself, use the link in the description. We put all sorts of scroll saw designs on our website. They're there for free for you to use. If you're new here and you like what you see as well, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you know when we upload another video. And as always, thank you again for watching.